Hello everybody and welcome back to another Logan Blackman Show YouTube video. And as you can probably tell by the title in this one, we'll be taking a look at the United States men's national team's next upcoming match against Senegal. The game will be taking place on Sunday in Charlotte, North Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. And we are in the build-up period for the 2026 World Cup. Obviously, we did the whole squad reaction. There was people who were upset. There were people, I would say there's more people upset than anything. It's very rare nowadays when news regarding the U.S. men's national team that's ever like met with a positive outlook. More often than not, it's met with a negative outlook. The lack of Diego Luna in the squad, mostly Diego Luna in the squad, and Tanner Tessman not being in the squad has raised some eyebrows. No, Christian Roldan being in the squad. There's a lot of stuff that people can complain about on social media. And then you got Mauricio Pochettino flirting with AC Milan, and we'll get into all that and so much more here as we go on. But first, let's go over the housekeeping items. Make sure to follow all the different links down in the description below. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that great stuff. Check out the podcast on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel and give this video a thumbs up if you're already enjoying it. But if you're not a trusting individual, I do not blame you. I'll remind you at the end of the video to give it a thumbs up. And if at that point you still don't like the video, then leave a comment down below on why you feel the way you do, whether it's about me personally, whether it's about the U.S.'s chances for the World Cup, whether it's about something that's happened recently. Maybe it's just about anything you want in the world that's making you not happy and you just say, I don't like anything. But if you could, I would greatly appreciate it if you gave this video a thumbs up. And I do apologize beforehand. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I've had the hiccups for most of the day, and my throat's kind of sore right now. So it's going to be an interesting video. We'll see how long we can make it through without hiccuping or stopping to take drinks of water. But the United States right now, this is the biggest World Cup in United States history. Yes, you could go back to the 1994 World Cup where they hosted on home soil the first time. But this one, the United States, this is the golden generation's peak. This is the tournament where everybody looks at and goes, hey, is the United States going to turn up? You're in a group that is not necessarily got a bunch of world beaters in it. Like you don't have an England, you don't have a France or a Spain or anybody like that. But you've got three teams in Paraguay, Turkey, and Australia that could cause you problems. Like, it's not something that the U.S. is going to skate by. I do think in my heart of hearts that the United States can and should win this group, but I don't want to sit here and go like all super cocky and everything and go like, oh, the United States should win this group easily. It's going to be hard. It's going to be a dogfight. And I do think, though, the talent that the United States has at their disposal is greater in its majority is greater than all the other teams in this group. Like, yes, you've got other good players in this group, but the United States on home soil should have no problems here. And these friendlies are going to be a big show on what the United States can do in the 2026 World Cup, because no offense to the teams we just mentioned, but the likes of Senegal and Germany are tougher outfits than the group. So it's kind of like a give and take thing. Like, do you like the United States playing tougher competition prior to the World Cup, or do you wish the United States had some like confidence boosting games like you see in college football all the time where like Alabama plays Eastern Illinois? Like, why are we watching this game? We already know it's going to happen. We don't need to play this game, but it's confidence boosting prior to the season starting. Like, that's what you want to see. Now, you could have a situation like Michigan and Appalachian State, and you don't want to have those things. So maybe you just test the waters, play tough opponents, but it's going to be interesting. But again, I brought this up at the beginning, the Mauricio Pochettino stuff regarding AC Milan. He commented on it today. He said it was his representatives that met with him. He hasn't met with AC Milan, but regardless if it was representatives or it was him in general flying to Milan and meeting with them, it's been clear since day one that he's not going to stick around for the United States men's national team long term. You shouldn't be really surprised about this. I mean, he's flirted with clubs. He flirted with Tottenham. They flirted with Manchester United for a little bit. We've already talked about the stuff that's pissed me off in regards to managing a charity football match and doing appearances on the overlap and stuff like that. You don't see top level international coaches or coaches that are committed to the cause for a World Cup, again, on home soil, that do that. You don't see that. Didier Deschamps, I've never seen do that. I've never seen De La Fuente do that as well as for Spain. Like, I've not seen this. Scaloni for Argentina. We have not seen anything like this with those guys, but the United States manager is out there flirting with everybody out there, and it's annoying. And I get if you want to do that after the World Cup, but do it after the World Cup. Like, wait to do all these representative meetings and stuff like that. Why is it getting leaked now? Like, that's what's annoying about it. It's not the fact that he's going to leave. Again, I've accepted the fact that Mauricio Pochettino is not going to be here long term. And that's where you open the door to like a BJ Callahan or someone else that's out there that I can't think of off the top of my head. But that's where it gets annoying. It's like, why is this coming out now? It's just an unneeded distraction for the United States that has so much on its plate already, so much on its shoulders already, and we don't know if they're going to live up to it, because the one thing that's been a problem for the United States over the past however many years now is the mentality of this group. How is this group going to respond? And I hope that in games against Senegal and Germany, we see some bottle, we see some toughness, some grit, and we've seen that in the past. Weston McKennie against Mexico, playing with a ripped jersey and stuff like that. I just want to see more of that going into this World Cup. Because again, this group is going to be a dogfight, and I want to see some glimpses of what to expect at the World Cup in these games against Senegal and Germany. Now, for a team like Senegal, they've won 5 games in 2026. They've lost 1 game in 2026, and it's probably the most controversial game you can think of, and that comes in the African Cup of Nations final against Morocco. Senegal won the game originally 1-0, but there was some controversy in there because there was a VAR decision that ruled out a goal or something like that for Senegal, and then there was a VAR decision that gave a penalty to Morocco. So Senegal just said, screw this, we're going to the locker room, and Sadio Mane led the group into the locker room. They were in there for what it said, like 14 to 17 minutes. They waited, and then Brahim Diaz goes up to take the penalty from Morocco, and it's honestly one of the worst Panenka penalties you'll ever see, and he missed the penalty. Brahim Diaz is in tears. Morocco's in tears on home soil hosting a tournament. They do the parade and everything. Sadio Mane's got 2 African Cup of Nations crowns to his name. And then later, I want to say it was like in March, they ruled that Senegal abandoned the match because they were off the field for about 17 to 20 minutes. They abandoned the match. So Morocco was actually awarded a 3-0 win because Senegal forfeited the game. So that's added a little wrinkle to this whole situation because Senegal is a uber talented team. Now, in regards to this friendly for the United States, we're probably not going to see the likes of Kalidou Koulibaly. We're probably not going to see Idrissa Gueye, and both are battling some muscle injuries. But you've still got players like Sadio Mane, Iliman Ndiaye, Nicholas Jackson, Ismail Assar, Edouard Mendy, Pape Gueye. You've got players that are experienced in the national team, but you've also got some young players in and around this national team as well that are very exciting for the future of the Senegalese national team. Players like Habib Diarra from Sunderland, players like Sissoko Ndiaye from Bayern Munich, who's on loan from Gambino Stars. He's started 2 games for Bayern Munich this season. They've wanted to make the loan deal permanent. He's 18 years old, has no caps to his name. And going forward, you have Ibrahim Mbaye from PSG, 3 goals and 2 assists to his name for PSG. Now, don't look at the numbers for some of these PSG attackers because it is the single hardest attacking unit to get into in the world. I mean, you got Kavicha Kvaratskhelia at left wing, you got Ousmane Dembele at striker, Desiree Dua, Bradley Barcola. You've got a bunch of players in there to try and get past. So at 18 years old, to have three goals to your name with 2 assists is pretty damn impressive. He also has 3 goals for the national team and 10 caps as well. And he scored 1 against the Gambia, and he assisted 1 against Peru in their last international break. So he's on form right now, but he's definitely one to watch on that wing, a very dangerous player going forward for Senegal. You also got Asane Diao from Como. He had 2 goals this past season, which is down from 8 the season prior, but still a dangerous player, only 20 years old, and by 18 years old. Malik Diouf, as well at left back, had a very solid season for a relegated West Ham. No goals, but he did have 5 assists from there. He has a wand of a left foot, did take free kicks for them as well. He's going to be a dangerous player overlapping on that left side, coming down from the defensive unit. And Lamine Camara is another one for Monaco, but the main guys, again, are Sadio Mane. He's the face of the national team, the best player in the national team. Yes, he's over playing in Saudi Arabia, but he's playing well over there for the time being. I know the thing with Bayern Munich didn't really work out the way they intended, but again, he's playing well in Saudi. Iliman Ndiaye, again, very dangerous winger for Everton, plays mostly on the left, or he rotates between the left and right. When Jack Grealish is in and healthy, he plays on the right, but when Jack Grealish is out, he's been playing on the left-footed winger, or right-footed left winger in that sense. So again, very dangerous player. Nicholas Jackson, I know we kind of breezed over these guys before, but Nicholas Jackson, 11 goals off the bench for Bayern Munich. He started a few games this year, but with Harry Kane being the main number 9 for Bayern Munich, one of the favorites to win the Ballon d'Or, to have that many goals as a replacement for Harry Kane is really damn impressive. And I'm intrigued to see what he does in the summer, because he's not an amazing player by any stretch of the imagination, but he's a solid player. So the fact Chelsea, with no real answers at striker at the time being, yes, obviously João Pedro turned out to be a really good player for them, but at the time being, when they sent him on loan to Bayern Munich, they didn't really have a plan there. So I'm intrigued to see what his life is come this transfer window in the summer. But yes, this is a very dangerous, experienced Senegal team that has won things before, that has a lot of really talented young players like Mbai that can make you pay. Doof at left back can make you pay. So how is the United States going to rectify this? How are they going to be able to stop this? And again, it's a friendly, but it's such an important friendly for the United States going into this World Cup. And now if I'm looking at the United States going into this, we're probably going to see them play with the traditional 3-4-2-1 formation that we've seen throughout most of Mauricio Pochettino in the back half anyways. Yes, we've seen him play a 4-3-3, we've seen him play a 4-2-3-1, but the formation I think that gets the best out of this team is the 3-4-2-1 formation. Starting in net, I do think he's just going to rotate between Matt Freese and Matt Turner. I don't know which one's going to start this game, which one's going to start against Germany. I'm going to say it's Matt Freese because I do think right now he is the starter going into the World Cup, even though Mauricio Pochettino was kind of standoffish in regards to the question in the press conference after the squad announcement. So we'll see what he ultimately does there. But at right center back, I have Alex Freeman there. I like what Alex Freeman and his athleticism provides at that spot. Yes, you could have Mark McKenzie playing in that spot, but I do have Mark McKenzie playing at center back because Chris Richards is unlikely to play in this game, and you could have a Miles Robinson situation in here, but I like the athleticism pairing of those two on that right side because, again, Senegal can send a lot of things your way down their left flank. So to have that athleticism pairing of Alex Freeman and Mark McKenzie, I think is what the United States should do in this game. And then speaking on that, I also have Austin Trusty in this game at left center back. I think Tim Ream is more suited to go up against Germany, which is where I think he will start. But Austin Trusty, I do like what I saw from him in that game against Portugal, which was not a great game in general, but I like what I saw from him individually in there. And I want to see him start minutes for the United States in these friendlies so we can see what his role will be at the World Cup. But that would be my back three and goalie. You push on the right wing or right wing back spot. Timothy Weah, we talked about some injuries before. Sergio Dest's been battling some injuries this back half of the season. I say back half of the season. Just his entire time, he's been battling injuries. So I'm going to have Timothy Weah playing there. The center midfield partnership, I'm going to have Tyler Adams at one spot and Weston McKennie at the other. I could see a reality where we see a Christian Roldan or we see a Sebastian Berhalter in there. But it would be very intriguing if we saw Malik Tillman play a little bit further back, because Mauricio Pochettino kind of alluded to that Tillman and or Giovanni Reina can play deeper. I think he also alluded to Sergio Dest possibly shifting in the midfield if they need to. So trying to give the semblance that we have no worries in the center part of the field. So I would like to see those two play, but again, it's just going to depend on what you want to look at for these friendlies against Senegal and Germany. At left back, I'm going to have Anthony Robinson there. He's just the best left back the United States has. I don't want to really see Max Arfston in this game, even though it would make sense to rest Anthony Robinson given his recent injury, not recent, but his injury history the past however many months. So it could make sense there, but I want him to start there. And then the front three, I'm going to have Malik Tillman on the right. Then we're going to have Christian Pulisic on the left. I think Pulisic only plays a half in this game. You're going to have to kind of play him into form because, again, he hasn't scored for AC Milan since December. He hasn't scored for the national team since 2024. You've got to play him into form. He's not the best player currently on the national team, but he's the biggest name. And if you're wanting anything from this tournament, Christian Pulisic is going to have to step up to the plate. He's going to have to respond to the critics, and he's going to have to be the guy to carry them forward. I think Weston McKennie is the best player on this team, but I haven't really been questioning Weston McKennie's appearances for the United States men's national team or at club level. We've been doing that with Christian Pulisic, so you kind of need to play him into form. And if you want to start him in the second half, I do think he only plays 45 minutes in this game, but you could see like a Alejandro Zendejas play on that right side. Could see Giovanni Reina play. I wouldn't be mad at seeing either one of those options there. And then at striker, just stick Valerian Balogun up there. Might as well. He's the best striker the United States has. I could see a reality where Haji Wright starts up there, just for a more physical aspect up there. But Balogun's the best striker the United States has, and I think that's what they'll go with for this friendly against Senegal. I'm not confident in this lineup because, again, it's a World Cup like warm-up game. So you want to, because the other thing that's kind of annoying, we don't know what the United States' best lineup is. That's kind of frustrating. From the grand scheme of things, we could look at the United States and go like, this player's good, but we don't know what Mauricio Pochettino, the manager, the person who's supposed to know what this is, he doesn't seem to know what his best lineup is. So you want to go out there and say, hey, play your best lineup so we can get them some familiarity prior to the World Cup. But he doesn't know that. There are some injuries, again, like Chris Richards is not, I don't know he'll play against Germany either. But Against Senegal, he sure as hell won't play. So we're going to have to wait and see on how all of that looks going forward, but I do think that's my lineup for this game against Senegal. So again, Matt Freese in net, a back three of Alex Freeman, Mark McKenzie, and Austin Trusty. Timothy Weah, right wing back, with Tyler Adams and Weston McKinney in midfield. Anthony Robinson at left back. Then you got Malik Tillman on the right, Christian Pulisic on the left, and Falarin Balogun through the middle. I do think this game will wind up being a tie. I do think it will be a draw. So we'll have to wait and see on how they look, because the main thing here, I want to see a good performance. I want to see a performance where I can look at it and go, yes, you lost, but I can see I'm confident in you going into this World Cup. Like, as long as they, loss is not, you don't want to lose any game, but I would rather see them lose and put on I don't know what I'm trying to say. Let's just avoid what happened against Colombia last year before the Copa America. Let's do that. Let's avoid all of that, and then we'll be good. I just want to see a good performance from this national team. I want Pulisic to score a goal to get that monkey off his back and kind of go into the World Cup on some sort of form. Regardless if it's realistic or not, I just want to see that. So with that being said, that's all I've got for you today. I do hope you enjoyed the video. Again, what are your thoughts about the game in general, about the United States' chance of the World Cup, about Senegal's squad, about anything? Let me know down in the comment section below. Also, make sure to check out all the links down in the description. And make sure, most importantly, to subscribe to the YouTube channel and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. But if you did not, I sincerely apologize. I'll try to be better next time. Let me know down in the comment section below. Again, on why you feel. I subscribe to the YouTube channel. Here's that percentage thing again. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I will see you guys later. Peace.